Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum viewer. Today I am going to discuss the topic of Einstein's special theory of relativity. In my previous lecture, I have explained about the Maxwell theory of light and about the Einstein paradox. And what was the Einstein paradox? It was basically like that if you were to move at the speed of light parallel to the light beam traveling in empty space, you would observe static electric and magnetic field patterns. And for this purpose, I have explained you that he chose the correct choice, that he gave the alternative to the kinematics of Galileo and Newton. And the classical kinematics, include the time, mass, length, velocity, etc., etc. We have explained it with detail. Also, in my previous lecture, I talk about the special theory of relativity. About what is the special theory of relativity? It is basically invented in 1905, and it was a thought experiment basically. Now today I am going to discuss about the Einstein special theory of relativity, and he put forward to postulate of a special theory of relativity about the absolute nature of the time and space. On this thought experiment in 1905 called the special theory of relativity. It's mean the special theory of relativity. The first thing about the special theory of relativity is that it was invented in 1905. The second thing is it is based on the thought experiments. And the third thing is that the relativity, the postulates, the relativity theory is basically based on the inertial frame of a reference. The frame of a reference are of two types, inertial and non-inertial frame of a reference. So the theory of relativity which deals only with the inertial frame of a reference, then we can say that it is called the special theory of relativity. Now I will discuss about the postulate of a special theory of relativity that you can see on your screen. These two principles are very important, and it comes in nearly it is a backbone. It is a backbone of all topics of special theory of relativity. First one, which I can say about the principle of relativity. Second one is principle of constancy of speed of light. The principle of what about principle of relativity is that all laws of physics are identical in all inertial reference frame. It's mean the all laws of physics are applicable or in all inertial frame of a reference, as we have say that a special theory basically deal with the inertial frame of a reference. That's why we can say that all the laws of physics are identical in all inertial reference frames. If I explain it, then I will say that if I take the first postulate, I am explaining the first postulate of relativity. So you can also write this on your rough copies, which I explained. This is basically the first postulate of a special theory of relativity declares that the law of physics are absolute, universal, and same. You can say that the law of physics are basically absolute, universal, and same for an inertial observer. The laws which hold for one inertial observer, we can say that if we take the one law for one inertial observer, then it cannot be violated for any other inertial observer. And also we can say that this postulate is a direct consequence of the relative motion of the Galileo, which assumed that laws of mechanics were the same in all inertial frame. You know that about Galileo, that he assumed that laws of mechanics were the same in all inertial frames. Then we can say that Einstein basically extend the idea of Galileo. How he extended it? He said that all the laws of physics, especially laws of electromagnetism and optics, are extended by the Galileo, are extended by the Einstein by following the Galileo, by following the Galileo. Now I will say that basically this postulate does not say that anything that measured values of all physical quantities are the same for all inertial observers. most measured values are not same. It is the law of physics which relate that these measurements with one another that are the same. So we can say that this postulate does not say that the measured value of all physical quantity are the same for all inertial observer. It may vary. Now I will explain the other law, that is principle of constancy of speed of light, and I will explain it like that. The speed of light, firstly I will just read it, that the speed of light in the free space has the same value in all inertial reference frames. Its value in free space is 3 multiplied by 10 raised to power 8 meter per second, which is speed of light. So if I just explain it, we can explain it. Second postulate, basically you can say that it is difficult to accept that because it violates our common senses. This law basically violate our common senses, which is based on Galilean kinematics. This is Galilean kinematics, and Galilean kinematics is difficult to accept. So for this purpose I will just explain it by the definition, that by some example. Sorry, if I take x, y and z as our observers, if I take, I just I just pause it, that I will consider the three observer x, y and z at rest present in three different inertial frame of a reference, then what will happen? A flash of light is emitted by x. He observes light travel with the speed c. If I take only x, that it will give some light which is speed of light which is c, and if I take that it has a speed of light c, then now frame of observer y is moving away from x at a speed of c by 4, and I will take another observer, that is y, and it is moving away from the x observer with the speed c by 4. Then what can I say? How can I conclude it? I can say that if these two observers are moving away from each other, then they would be minus. They would be subtract with each other. Galilean kinematics predict and why we minus it? Because of the Galilean kinematics. The Galilean kinematics predicts that observer y measure the speed of light c minus c by 4. I can write it like that: c minus c by 4. Sorry, c by 4. c minus c by 4, and then I will get 3c over 4. If I have a speed c for x observer and c by 4 for y observer, and if I subtract it, why I subtract it? Because both observer are moving away from each other, and by Galilean kinematics I can subtract it. So we will get 3c over 4. Now if I take another example, that if I take observer z which is moving toward x with speed c by 4, and instead of y, if I take z instead of, if I take z, what will happen? If I take z instead of y, then what will happen? Then they both values which will be add to each other, because if they both values are adding, because z is moving toward x observer, that's why we can say that 3c over 4 will become 5c over 4. And it is by the Galilean transformation, it is by the Galilean kinematics. So we can say that if we take three observer, if x and y are the two observer in which y is moving away from x, then c will be minus with by the value of y, that is c by 4, and z will be, if z is moving toward x, then I will say that z would be add with the z value will be add with the value of x, that is c plus c by 4. So 5c over 4. The Einstein second postulate basically says that all three observers must measure the same speed of light, basically. We can say that it's a universal constant. Basically we can say that c is a universal constant, because c is the speed of light, and we can say that speed of light is 3 multiplied by 10 raised to power 8. So the development of high energy particle accelerator made possible to confirm the Einstein's second postulate. Basically, high energy particle accelerators made this talk possible to confirm the Einstein's second postulate. So these two postulates of Einstein's special theory of relativity collectively says that it is impossible to accelerate a particle to a speed greater than speed of light. I have explained you that it is nearly impossible for a particle to accelerate it with the speed of light or greater than the speed of light. So how much kinetic energy is given to it? The classical physics places no upper limit on the speed. So this brings out another difference between the postulate of relativity and classical physics. You can say that there is a difference between the relativity of physics and classical physics. Now I will test some point that is testing of a speed of light postulate, like that in my other slide, that is testing of speed of light. The light is a neutral pion, is a short-lived particle. You know what is pion? Pion is basically the combination of up and down quarks and antiquarks, and it may be positive or negative, but it is short-lived particles. It can be produced by Klein in the particle accelerator. It decays into two gamma rays after its creation. If I made a pion, if it is produced, then they will be collide with each other and it decays into two gamma rays after its creation. The physicist in 1964 at European Particle Physics Laboratory near Geneva generated a beam of pions moving at a speed of 0.9 c. It's mean that European Particle Physics Laboratory in European Particle Physics Laboratory near Geneva, 1964, some physicists did this experiment on the beam of pions which were moving with the speed of 0.9 c with respect to laboratory. Then they measured that the speed of emitted gamma ray. It is found that the speed of light emitted by the pions was the same as it would be in the if the pions were at the rest in the laboratory. It's mean we can say that the conclusion of these two of this experiment was that in my end line, that is this one, the physicists measure the speed of emitted gamma rays. It is found the speed of light emitted by pion was the same as it would be if the pion were at the rest in laboratory. So this was the full topic of Einstein's special theory of relativity with its postulate, and it was an important topic. It is an important topic and still remain. So if you have any query and any question about this video about the topic of physics, then you can ask me in the comment box, and just subscribe my channel. Thank you.